I just got out of the gym and I had to make this video. I'm so sick and tired of all of you guys, of everyone in this world, denying your God within, denying your intuition, denying your intuitive feeling about what you came here to do. And I know that it's hard, and I know the world enforces self-doubt on you, enforces logic on you, enforces limitation on you, enforces terms and conditions about what life should be onto you. And that can create difficulty when your feeling makes no fucking sense. I know it's hard, but it's not an excuse to keep denying your intuition. And I need to just let you know how fucking amazing your life would be if you would just start listening to yourself. Your desires are not random. And I say that, and I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. And if this video is finding you right now, I'm hoping it's because you're right on that breakthrough point. You're right at the point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're sick and tired of living by the rules of other people, of not doing what you actually want to do. Everyone that I speak to, everyone in my coaching, everyone in my community, everyone on my channel, people on my TikTok, they all resonate with this because we've all suppressed the God within us, our intuition, and it's heartbreaking. It's soul destroying, literally, because that's the reason that you're here. But you're letting some silly little limitation that someone told you is truth dictate your life instead of dictating your own life based on the God within you. Every single desire you have is a permission slip. It's a spillover from a parallel reality where you're experiencing that and you're experiencing fulfillment, which is why you know intuitively that that's going to bring you fulfillment. So why are you letting anything get in the way of you and that? It is your life. You are going to die. That desire is your compass. It is your permission. Stop waiting to get permission from someone else. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you how to live. They're never going to be able to give you the right advice. Only you can decide that based on your internal compass. There are levels. There's a whole gold chest of opportunities, of people, of places, of things that are going to fall into place when you stop denying yourself, when you stop denying your intuition and your feelings. And I know it because I've lived it. The bigger the leaps of faith I've taken into my intuition, the more I've abandoned the logic and the self-doubt, the more literal insane shit has happened in my life that has just come into alignment out of thin air. Why? Because you're acting as your God self. That is you tapping into your creative God energy. What's a God compared to a man? A God is unlimited. With man, it's not possible, but with God, all things are possible. When you're thinking like a man, when you're thinking in lower dimensional thinking all the time, you're always going to be limited. When you start thinking like a God, when you start thinking from your intuition, what can happen for you is unlimited. There are infinite possibilities all of a sudden. And I'm so sick of seeing you all suffer because you're following what's logical, because you don't trust yourself enough to just go after what you actually want. Just try it. Try it. Okay, if you fail, what? So what? Okay, you look stupid. To who? Who cares? Whose opinion do you even care about? You're afraid of looking stupid in front of people that you don't even want to be like. Do you know how insane that is? You're living in fear of judgments from people who you wouldn't even trade lives with them if you could. Do you know how fucking ridiculous that is? Worry about your own opinion of yourself. Worry about how you can show up for yourself. What the logical thing is for you, not for someone else, because you're wasting your time. And the more you can completely abandon your doubt in your own intuition, your doubt in yourself, you're playing small, you're questioning yourself, the more you're going to step right into your own fucking lane in this life, and nothing else is going to matter. Anything that you used to be worried about when you're in your lane, everything outside your lane is irrelevant. That man you used to worry about, irrelevant. That friendship you used to get hung up on, irrelevant. Any stupid little thing that used to take up mental space because you didn't have anything going on in your life doesn't matter anymore. Why? Because your life sets your soul on fire. You will not feel the need to look outside you for answers because you found them within yourself. They're in your intuition. They're in your desires. They're in the things that you're avoiding doing because you're scared, because it puts you outside your comfort zone, because it opens you up to judgment, because it's not what's logical. It's not what other people around you are doing. So fucking what? That is where your alignment is. That's where all the answers are that you're looking for. When I came into alignment, when I let go of all the bullshit stories and the limitation and the fear of this and the fear of that and the self-doubt, and I just started getting in alignment with what I actually fucking wanted, even though it scared the living shit out of me, I stopped all my bad habits that I had before. I broke my toxic relationship pattern. I feel the best I've ever felt. I look the best I've ever looked. I don't need to eat. I have so much pleasure running through my body because I'm doing what I fucking love. I feel like my cells in my body are vibrating because I'm in alignment. And I spent 27 years almost of my life out of alignment, doing what was logical, doing what made sense, doing what other people thought was a good thing, being afraid of what people thought, so not even considering what I wanted, being so ashamed of myself, playing so fucking small that I couldn't even imagine myself doing this, that I know the difference. And I'm telling you, I'm the most logical bitch that ever existed. I'm a Virgo. I trained to be a lawyer. You couldn't get more logical than I was. Yet nothing that has brought me into alignment and nothing that has set my fucking soul on fire and set my life on fire has been logical in the slightest. In fact, the more I have abandoned the logical and the more I've just jumped into my feelings and my desires and my fucking delusion, the more I've come into alignment with the stuff that really, really matters to me. Guys, what I do for work now is like breathing to me. It's actually more fun to me than breathing. It's like just I'm just expressing, I'm just living, and I'm making a living from just living. That's what the expression means, making a living. You're not supposed to be forcing yourself through life doing something you hate. Life doesn't have to be difficult and logical and forced. You're not supposed to feel that fragmented. You're not supposed to feel a million miles away from your true self and your true expression. You're doing the wrong shit. Stop living by other people's template for your life. It's not fair to you. It's why you feel so fucking bad. You can have a life that literally feels like a dream that you'd never want to wake up from. It's possible, and I know it's possible because if I can do it and I'm the most logical person in the world, you can do it too. Whatever feeling you have for something, it's time for you to stop pushing that away. When are you going to be tired of doubting yourself? How much more is it going to take for you to decide that you're done with the doubt, that you're no longer available for doubting yourself and your own desires? That you're no longer available for embarrassment. You're no longer available for shame of yourself. People are so fucking ashamed. For what? For what? Decide you're no longer available for it. Decide you're no longer available for doubt. You're no longer available for shame. You're no longer available for being embarrassed of just being who you are. Who even invented embarrassment? Why are you buying into that? You're choosing it. You're choosing these things. Decide you're not available. You have to get to that point where you're sick of it. You're sick of it. And realize that this is not the way that it has to be. You get to decide that you're not available for hesitation. You're not available for playing small. You're not available for fucking explaining yourself. You're wasting your energy and you're wasting your life force. That desire, that is your life force. You're wasting it. That is the thing that brings you closer to your godlike nature. That is the thing that attracts miracles into your life. There are blessings, miracles, opportunities locked away in a vault for you. And you following the God within is how you open that vault. That is your key. You're the key. Your intuition is the key. Not this crap. Not this doubt, not this insecurity, not this stupid story or the stupid distractions that you've been focusing on. That's not your fucking key. That is literally the lock. Let that shit go. It's just been getting so clear, and maybe it's because I just ran a 3-day live event in my community about intuition and logic and how to get into your feminine energy, intuition, and abandon your logic and your limitation. So if you want to watch that, you can find the replay in the link in the bio. But it's just become super crystal clear to me that any suffering in your life is there because you're trying to do what's logical. I'm not even going to say maybe, maybe not. I know for a fact it is. And if you were to actually follow your intuition and follow your feelings and follow your desires in faith without questioning yourself, without doubting yourself, anything that you've been stressing about would disappear. It would resolve. It wouldn't exist. It would fall away. It would literally cease to exist for you. When you get into the energy of doing what you love, you vibrate at a frequency of love. Nothing lower dimensional can touch you. Money runs at you. Love runs at you. Relationships run at you. Opportunities run at you. And this is like, everyone's looking for a hack. The hack is listen to yourself and stop doubting yourself. Stop thinking that the answer is outside you. You doubt yourself when you are looking outside you. You think the answers, you think the solutions, you think the fulfillment is over there in this person, in this thing, in that thing, in this opinion. It's not. I'm going to tell you right now, I've looked and I've searched and I've done it, and I've done both ways, and it's not out there. So stop fucking looking out there. It's in you and it's in your desires. And the only thing you have to do to get that alignment and to start living a life that you fucking love is to grit through feeling a little bit crazy and a little bit delusional for a while. And maybe people looking at you going, oh my God, who do they think they are? Whatever, let them think that. It is way, way, way too painful. And you can't see it right now. But the pain of untapped potential and the pain of you staying small and being out of alignment, you don't know how heavy that pain is until you stop living your life that way. And when you come into alignment, you're going to go, wow, why did I not do this? And that was the problem all along. Why didn't I do this years ago? What was I so afraid of? There was nothing to fear. There's no fear. It doesn't exist. You can't resonate with it when you're doing what you love and you're living in a frequency of love. Everything resolves. Everything aligns. This is like a postcard to my past self. And you know what? If you're feeling doubt, do it with the doubt, but just fucking go for it. Just keep going. And the doubt, remember this. The only reason you feel doubt is because you've once again come out of your body and into your head. You've gone into logic. Every bit of suffering, every insecurity, every bit of doubt is because you're trying too hard to figure it out and make it logical. Stop thinking about it. Stop trying to identify with your thoughts. Stop trying to rationalize things. Do what you feel is right for you. Act first and figure it out later. That's how you get your shit together. That's how you get your life back in alignment. Life is too short for you to be playing this small and questioning yourself. And I'm so sick of seeing in people the potential. I'm so sick of seeing in people that life force, that God within each and every person that I talk to. And they have desires, and some of them, it takes them ages to even admit it. And I'm like, your life would literally be a literal fucking miracle if you would just let yourself play in this desire. If you would just get out of your own way. If you would just put down this old bullshit story that you've been telling yourself. There's no more room for it. Let it go. Stop making space for it. Stop being available for it. That's a choice. This is super aligned to talk about because I have come across Doechii this week when she won that Grammy, and I went deep on her YouTube channel. If you haven't seen it, she's done a whole thing on when she did The Artist's Way, and it's literally from 5 years ago. And she's talking about, she has this feeling. She's always had this feeling, and she's always followed that feeling because she knows that that's her spirit and that's the God within her. And she's always followed it no matter what anyone says. But she was saying she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know where it's taking her. And she was expressing all this frustration, and this is what can happen. But she toughed it out. And when she made that album that won that Grammy, guess what she did? She made a decision to do it her way, absolutely, completely differently to what anyone had done before. And she said, but that decision also represented a decision I made within myself to trust the God within me. And I just got tired of doubting myself. That lie was getting too heavy for me to carry. And I said, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it now because nobody's going to take my dream away. And when she made those decisions, that were representative of her trusting the God within her, her own intuition, those big leaps of faith to do something so unusual that everyone is telling you not to do. When you make the decisions to show that fucking trust in yourself and your God within, you get rewarded, you get blessed. Because why? You're acting as a God. You are exercising your divine expression, and that is always rewarded. That is how you unlock the portal to your dreams. And that exact album that she made after making that decision was the one that won the fucking Grammy. Okay? And I know this is resonating with you guys because I clipped it all together for myself, mostly to hype myself up, but I posted it on my TikTok with some like hype music, and I overlaid the video timeline. You can check it out on my TikTok if you want. And it's popping off. And it's popping off because I know that you guys are repressing your desires. And I know you all have those feelings. And I'm trying to let you know that when you follow them, you won't believe the stuff that's going to start aligning for you. And you deserve to start aligning with that stuff. It's why you're here. Stop living a lie. I'm tired of seeing you all suppress your dream lives. I'm tired of not seeing you see how good it can get. Start making those decisions that represent that you're going all in on your intuition. You are now trusting the God within you, and you don't care what anyone says. And watch how your whole fucking life changes. Nothing makes me happier than seeing someone throw their hands up and say, fuck this, I'm doing what I want to do. And then watching the magic start to just unfold. It's like switching, changing the channel in your life. And I spoke about this over the challenge over the 3 days. But when you come out of your left hemisphere, logic side of your brain, it literally says this in the Bible. The story of the disciples in the boat, they cast their nets to the left and they drew up no fish. And Jesus said, cast your nets to the right and you will draw up plenty. And they cast the net to the right and they had so many fish, they couldn't pull the freaking net up. What does that represent? It is an esoteric, metaphorical interpretation of your brain. Your mind is the boat. The left is the left hemisphere, logical side of you, your man level of thinking, your logical thinking, the program that's been instilled in you when you came here. Your right hemisphere is your intuition, your creativity. Google it, look up a diagram. Your intuition, your creativity, your imagination, all the stuff that's shunned as childish, grew out of it. It even says in the Bible, unless you change and become like children, you will never enter the heaven, being the highest state of consciousness, able to perform freaking miracles on this earth. It's all there. And when you're programmed to live in logic your whole life, you don't know how good life can get. You think the ceiling for your experience is here, but honey, it's here. So I am obsessed with seeing people finally start living in their intuition and their imagination and their play and their desires, that right hemisphere, feminine energy, intuitive self, and letting go of that logic and that program, because they cannot believe the stuff that starts to happen. Because it's a whole different state of being. It's a whole different level of consciousness, which means you're in an entirely different world. Nothing, guys, nothing that mattered, nothing that stressed me out when I was living the other way in logic matters to me anymore. And everything that seemed so bad and so stressful and so important, none of it matters. I wake up, I do what I love, and I flow through life. And I can't even believe that it's possible, but I can, because I paid the price of feeling crazy. I paid the price of just doing it insecure, doing it full of doubt, feeling like I was being judged. I paid that price, but the price is worth paying every single time, because what's going to happen is you're going to realize you don't care what these people say anyway, because being in that alignment feels so good to you that your doubt starts to fall away. And I've said this in a video before, but what's going to happen when you follow your intuition is you're going to realize that you were right. Your intuition was right. And now you can stop fucking doubting yourself, and you're going to know anytime you struggle in your life, it's because you're thinking from logic and you're thinking from self-doubt. So the only way around any struggle you have is to let that shit go. Decide that you're tired of it. Decide that it's too heavy for you to carry now. You are the creator. You have a God within you. You're a divine being. Start acting like it.